Welcome to day 2 of the Love Yourself 5-Day Challenge. I'm glad you're with me, and I hope that you enjoyed yesterday's exercise. I wonder what wonderful plans you have for yourself in order to take yourself on that date, and I hope you really enjoy it. So today we're going to look at 6 ways to have a healthy relationship with yourself. Remember that your relationship with yourself is really the foundation of every other relationship you have. If you don't have a good relationship with yourself, it's really difficult to have good relationships with anybody else in your life. You have to be connected emotionally and available emotionally to yourself before you can actually be emotionally available and connected to anybody else. So a healthy self relationship should have the ability to value yourself as a person. You should be able to embrace your strengths and weaknesses, consider yourself every single day, and treat yourself with kindness. These are things that I think we forget to do in our rush to be so many things to so many other people in our lives. And if you neglect this part of yourself, you're going to find that it is getting harder and harder to connect with others rather than easier. You may have more time for them, but you don't have the battery reserves that you need in order to be emotionally available and connected to other people. So first thing you need to do is care for your needs. Take care of your basic physical needs, try to get enough sleep and rest, eat nourishing food, exercise, and discover and connect with what feeds you in body, mind, and spirit. I'm not a big exerciser, but I do like to go outside, take a walk, even if it's just down to the mailbox and back. Get outside, get some fresh air, and move. It doesn't have to be a lot. You don't have to sweat. It doesn't have to be, spend 45 days in the gym and never come out. It just has to be recognize that your body wants to move. It does not want to sit still all the time, and get out there and try something. Joy is so important to a healthy relationship with yourself. So you need to prioritize activities that bring you joy and fill your emotional reserves. When you make a date with yourself, as we talked about yesterday, don't change it for anything else. You have to put yourself as a priority. So as far as finding what gives you joy, maybe go out and take a walk in the park, have a piece of chocolate, take a nice long bath, maybe take a class on something. Whatever it is that you know you enjoy doing, get out there and do it, and make sure it's a priority that you do that on a regular basis. You're going to want to focus on that inner world that we all have. Ask yourself, what are you feeling? What are you thinking? Address the why behind your answers. Why do you feel that way? Why do you think those things? And then why do those things bother you? Remember part of being kind to yourself is to speak kindly of yourself and about yourself. So when you start saying things about yourself that you would never in a million years speak out loud to another human being, stop it. You are no less than any other person on this planet. In fact, your relationship with yourself should be more. So be positive, be kind to yourself. Don't let the negative self-talk overwhelm you. It's important that you regularly make time for yourself. And that if that means shutting the door and blasting the music that you love, regardless of what's going on outside that door, do it. I used to have a sign on my office door when I was married that said, if it's not burning, bleeding, or dying, don't knock on this door. And that was so that I had time for myself to do the things that I had to do without constantly being interrupted by my ex-husband. If you have to make a sign like that, do it. And then make sure that you hold people to obeying it. Don't give in just because somebody needs you for something for 5 minutes. You'll never get back to that space that you were in before they bothered you. So set boundaries and then hold to them. Make other people respect those boundaries, because if you don't respect them, they won't either. Now's a good time to, if you don't already have one, start and maintain a daily meditation practice. It's important because you need to give yourself time to recharge and reconnect. And finally, be your own best friend. Shut down the negative self-talk. If your best friend would slap you in the back of the head for saying what you're saying to yourself, then why are you doing it? You know that that's not the truth, and all it does is bring you pain. So shut it down. Rewrite that self-talk with love instead. And if you wouldn't say it to someone else, why are you saying it to yourself? Ultimately, developing and maintaining a healthy relationship with yourself requires you to put yourself first sometimes. And I know how hard that can be. I know how difficult it can be to insist that you be considered, especially if you've spent years serving others and letting them run over the boundaries you don't maintain. If you've done that, it's going to feel hard to set yourself as a priority for a little while. But after a while, it becomes a habit, just like every other thing we do repeatedly. So make yourself as a priority a habit for yourself. I hope today's information was helpful. I will include the link to the worksheet for today in the description of this video. And please keep sharing this group with other people. If there's someone you think would benefit from spending a week taking care of themselves, send them the link to register. We can take people all week long because these videos will be here for you guys to view later. Again, thank you so much. I'm Shari with Energy Tarot and Magic, and I am so glad that you've decided to put yourself first today.